necessarily retributed. Only those who formulate aspirations cultivate merit. Endowed with the power of the aspirations, they obtain a great fruit of merit. As was said above, sin has suffering as retribution. But all the beings who commit it wish to find happiness. Nobody wishes for suffering or hell. This is why sin has but a limited punishment, whereas merit finds unlimited reward. According to some, even the greatest sinner who has fallen into the avici hell will suffer his punishment for one kalpa. Whereas the very meritorious person, residing in the sphere of neither perception nor non-perception, will enjoy his reward for 80,000 great kalpas. In the same way, the bodhisattvas who have aspired to the pure universes will travel the path for countless kalpas and will attain nirvana, eternal bliss. Question. However, look at the sin that consists of criticizing the prajnaparamita, the sin discussed in the Nilipine. When the antarakalpa spent in avici is ended, the guilty one falls into other hells. How can you say that the very great sinner suffers his punishment in hell for just one kalpa? Answer. The Buddhist doctrine, which is intended for beings, uses two different ways. The way of the bodhisattva and the way of the sravaka. In the way of the sravaka, the Buddha says that the person guilty of the 5 anantarya crimes will suffer hell for only one kalpa. In the bodhisattva way, the Buddha declares that the enemy of the buddhadharma, after having spent an antarakalpa in avici, will go to yet other hells to undergo innumerable sufferings there. According to the theory of the sravakas, a single great merit will be rewarded during 80,000 kalpas. According to the theory of the bodhisattvas, it will be rewarded during innumerable asamkhyeykalpas. This is why merit requires aspiration in order to be truly efficacious. It is in this sense that the sutra says that the bodhisattvas are adorned with an infinite number of Buddha fields by means of their aspirations. 26. Buddhanasamadhi Sutra. They always turn to the concentration commemorating the Buddhas of numberless Buddha fields. Sastra. The countless Buddha fields are the Buddha fields of the 10 directions. The concentration commemorating the Buddhas is that which, by means of the mind's eye, perceives all the Buddhas of the 10 directions and the 3 times as if they were present. Question. Then what is the Buddhanasamadhi samadhi? Answer. It is of 2 types. I. According to the sravaka system, it is to see with the eye of the mind one single Buddha filling the 10 directions. E. According to the bodhisattva system, it is to recollect all the Buddhas of the 10 directions and the 3 times who are present in numberless buddhiksaras. Also the sutra says that the bodhisattvas always direct themselves towards the concentrations commemorating the Buddhas of countless Buddha fields. Question. The concentrations of the bodhisattvas are of infinite variety. Why does the sutra praise only the bodhisattvas who devote themselves always to the Buddhanasamadhi samadhi? Answer. Because by commemorating the Buddhas these bodhisattvas reach Buddhahood. This is why they devote themselves always to the Buddhanasamadhi samadhi. Furthermore, the Buddhanasamadhi samadhi is able to drive away the afflictions of all sorts and the sins of former lifetimes. Other samadhis can drive away desire but not hatred. Others can drive away hatred but not desire, still others can drive away delusion but not desire or hatred. Finally, others can drive away the threefold poison but not the sins of earlier lives. Only the Buddhanasamadhi samadhi is capable of eliminating all the afflictions and all the sins. Finally, the Buddhanasamadhi samadhi has the great merit of being able to save beings, and this is precisely what these bodhisattvas want. The Buddhanasamadhi samadhi is able to destroy sins quickly, better than all the other samadhis. Here is proof of it. Once there were 500 merchants who had gone to sea to search for precious stuffs. They encountered Mo Kaelo Makara, king of the fish. The water of the sea rushed into its gaping mouth and the ship was about to be engulfed. The captain asked the man in the lookout, "What do you see?" He answered, "I see 3 suns, ranges of wide mountains and a waterfall at the entrance to a cave." The captain shouted, "It is the Makara, the king of the fish. He is holding his mouth agape. The first sun is the real sun, the other 2 suns are his eyes. The wide mountains are his teeth. The waterfall is the sea water that is rushing into his mouth. Let each of you call upon the gods for help." Then each of the men called upon the god whom he worshipped, but with no success. Among them there was an upasaka who observed the 5 precepts, who said to the others, "We should all cry out together Namo Fo. The Buddha is unsurpassable. He will know how to help us." All the passengers unanimously agreed and with one voice they cried, "Namo Buddhaya." Now in an earlier lifetime, this fish had been a bad disciple of the Buddha. He still had the memory of his former lifetimes. Hearing the name of the Buddha pronounced, he felt remorse, closed his mouth and the sailors were saved. If the simple commemoration of the Buddha can thus efface grave sins and save from danger, what are not the benefits of the concentration commemorating the Buddhas? IV. Moreover, the Buddha is king of Dharma, while the bodhisattvas are but the captains. Worship and respect belong to the Buddha Bhagavat alone. That is why we must always commemorate the Buddhas. V. Moreover, by always commemorating the Buddhas, we acquire all kinds of qualities and benefits. In the same way that a great minister who has received special favors always commemorates his master, so the bodhisattvas, who owe qualities of all kinds and immense wisdom to he Buddha, feel gratitude and ceaselessly commemorate the Buddha. You may ask why the bodhisattvas always commemorate the Buddhas instead of practicing the other samadhis as well. But to say that they always commemorate the Buddhas does not mean that they neglect the other samadhis. What it does mean is that they practice the Buddhaness mrti samadhi more often. Finally, the sutra has already mentioned the samadhis of emptiness, signlessness and wishlessness, but did not say anything about the Buddhaness mrti samadhi. That is why it is spoken of here. 27. Aparimita Sanakasala Sutra. They excelled in inviting innumerable Buddhas. Sastra. The invitations which they address to the Buddhas are of 2 types. When a Buddha becomes Buddha, the bodhisattvas ceremoniously invite him 3 times during the night and 3 times during the day. Throwing their upper garment over one shoulder, with joined palms, they say to him, "In the Buddha fields of the 10 directions, countless Buddhas, once they have